I am permanently banned from
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this: never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit, you'll want to go home. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty. Oh, good. My camera's not working. Hang on, it does this every stream. Oh, I'm there. There we go. All right. I usually figure it out pretty quick, but I don't know. There's some kind of just there's some setting that is off, and I don't know what it is. But I do this all myself, figuring out streaming and video editing and all. I'm learning it all on the fly. I've been doing that for a good 2 years now, or have even, I think, longer, 3 years. I'm still learning. It's tough, but I definitely get why bigger streamers usually hire someone to deal with it all. But we certainly don't have the budget or the numbers for that. But maybe one day, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have to do that. So I'm trying to turn on my other light here. It seems kind of dark in here. There we go. All right, we are good. What is good, guys? What's up, Bon Donkey? Robert, good to see you guys. Always good to see you guys. Appreciate you posting that Rumble link there, Robert. I pinned it. So you guys know in the month of May, it was my first stream back from taking a very long hiatus due to some medical issues and all. That's all taken care of for the most part. I got one more doctor's appointment. But anyways, the point being was I had to take a break for a while. And my first month back, which was May, I said I was going to multi-stream on every platform, full stream, don't cut it at all, for the first month back. But now it's June now, Pride Month, yay. Sorry. We will be cutting the stream from YouTube after about usually roughly 30 minutes is what we do. But we will be on Rumble and X. Normally we do Rumble only, but we'll stick with X for now. Mainly because I don't know how to end the stream unless I end everything. That's the only way. I don't know how to cut the feed otherwise on X. So that's the main reason. Because normally we multi-stream on even more than what we're doing now, and I'll cut the feed on YouTube. And we'll go strictly to Rumble. But we'll be on Rumble and X. I'm at Patriotic_Cav on X. If you're like, hey, I don't like Rumble, I don't want to make an account. And I know plenty of people, good patrons too, refuse to make a Rumble account. That's fine. I get it. YouTube's, the big dog. I get, that's where you want to keep an account. I get it. But if that's the case, you can also watch me over there on X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it. Again, at Patriotic_Cav, linked in the description below. We are usually live every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Usually talking election news, Trump, MAGA, and we try to squeeze a little bit of my secondary account, which is called Nerdy Cav, at Nerdy_Cav, if you guys want to check that out as well. Because I am what the mainstream would refer to as a nerd. I'm a big gamer, retro gamer, pretty much. Like, you guys can't see it right now, but I have row after row of PS2, Genesis. It's the collection I have. So I like to talk about some of the nerd culture that's going on. So we're going to be talking about the new Star Wars show, The Acolyte, which is I knew it was going to be bad. I mean, Star Wars has been lost for a long time, but it's gotten so much worse. This might take the cake for I don't know if it'll be woker than Doctor Who. I don't know if you guys have been watching that, but it is arguably the wokest show in existence. And excuse me, sorry, something attacked me. What was I saying? Doctor Who might be the wokest show in existence. It almost seems like a parody, like if Babylon Bee was like mocking TV shows or something. Like, that's how just over the top woke it is, and it's kind of seeming that way with The Acolyte. It seems like a joke almost, but that's the world we live in now. I mean, everything's becoming woke: TV shows, movies, video games, comic books, and I'll get into that in a second. But real quick, it's really not going to stop until people stop giving them money. I canceled my Disney Plus a while ago. I don't go to Disney parks, mainly because I'm an adult, and it's weird. All these Disney adults, it's creepy. Stop giving them money. You can't boycott everything. I get that. You can't boycott every tiny little thing, but cut back where you can. Cut back where you can. I used to love Diet Coke. Sometimes I get regular Coke too, but I was a Coca-Cola guy. Stopped drinking Coca-Cola after their insanely racist, anti-white, whatever you want to call it, brainwashing seminar that they're doing. They hate white people, Coca-Cola, and it's like, why am I gonna give a company money who hates my guts and is actively promoting? It's like, you got to cut back where you can. I don't need Disney Plus. Do I like some of the older classics and stuff like that? Sure. I like the old Star Wars and some of the older Disney shows. I named my dog Copper after Fox and the Hound, a good classic. So I like some of the classics, but it's like, do I really need it? It was something I could do without, so I canceled it. Plus, it's so freaking expensive to keep raising the price. HBO just announced they're going to raise their price again after downgrading. So the plan... I don't know what's going on here. Oh my god, if that keeps happening, I'll take a break. I'm not going to keep coughing on you guys. COVID. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, with HBO, I had the 4K plan, a bunch of different devices. My sister and brother would mooch off my account. And now they lowered it, so you can only have 2 devices now. And I don't know, I hold 2 hands like a retard. But they got 2 devices, and they dropped the 4K. You have to pay extra now for the 4K. Just like Amazon, even if you have Prime, and Prime's insanely expensive, they you have to pay for ad free now on top of paying for Prime. Dude, Prime used to be great. I don't know if you guys remember. They used to do like a 20% discount on video games, which was insane. So if you pre-ordered a game, you got 20% off, which I can understand why they might have taken that away. That was a crazy, crazy good deal. Amazon Music, they took that away. You get some kind of half-ass version now. It's like they're removing more and more features Amazon, but they're increasing the price. So I canceled my Amazon Prime. Unfortunately, it renewed. But that will be completely done by the end of the summer. I'm not going to renew it. My overall point before we get into the news and everything, boycott and boycott. You got to stop giving them your money. I know you think, oh, I'm just one person. It's like the people who say, like, oh, does my vote really count? Yes. If everybody who thought like that went and voted, it would be a completely different ballgame. Your dollar matters. I would say it almost matters more than what's going to happen in November, because let's say Trump wins. Companies are still going to be woke. Disney's still going to do what they do. Coca-Cola is still going to do what they do. God, I really might need to take a break. I don't know what's going on. Something's just attacking my throat. It keeps distracting me every time I cough. What was my point I was making? Yeah. I would check out Public Square. It's like the conservative Amazon. It's not even like conservative. It's just they're not retarded. They're pro-life. They're pro-America. They're not going to give your money to. They don't. You will not see a single item on that site that is owned by any woke companies. They have to literally pass a checkbox of pro-America, pro-life. You can get. I just I had one of those Yeti water bottles and it was falling apart, and I'm like, I need a new water bottle. So I decided to look on Public Square, found a great one. Huge Trump guy, makes pretty much a Yeti equivalent, and it's amazing, honestly. Because sometimes conservatives, they make a product that's just not good. It's like, all right, I appreciate your values and what you stand for, but your product sucks. It's like, it is what it is. But this water bottle is freaking amazing. I'm not sponsored for Public Square, but just go check them out. That's how you really change things. It's good to go vote in November. We got to, save America, as Trump says, is very important. But what matters just as much, if not more, they're going to change. Look at Bud Light. Bud Light right now is literally begging people to come back. It's almost sad. I almost feel bad for them. They are begging. And why? Because people decide not to buy them. If they did that with every company would change their tune. Big corporations would change their tune. You look at a lot of these companies, a lot of companies are not doing the whole change their logo to Pride. Typical culprits are, but there's a lot who aren't. That wasn't that way last year. We have 10 football teams, or 11? 10 or 11 football teams that are not going to be joining in the whole Pride thing. It's so early, so they could change their mind after the backlash. Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns, oh my God, I just lost it. Titans, the Chiefs, Broncos, Cowboys, Lions, Packers, Saints, Falcons. Teams that are not they did not issue a Pride Month statement. I don't watch football anyway, but I mean, hey, I hope one of them wins the Super Bowl. It'll probably be the Chiefs because, the whole football is rigged. What's going on, Scarlett? Good to see you. Robert, welcome, guys. Katomi, good to see you over there on Rumble. Hello, hello. If you guys are not following us on Rumble, consider doing so. We will cut the feed on YouTube after about 30 minutes. We will be over there on Rumble. It is pinned, the tweet. Follow me over there. And it's not even just about following me. It's other good free speech absolutists. They got some big names over there. Steven Crowder signed with them. Russell Brand. A lot of huge names over there. It's the place to be. And it was a little wonky at first, but they have created such an amazing platform. Great features. Took them a little while to get around to it, but they just added playlists and all this stuff. Very, very good. Just features they added, and they're a great platform. So if you're a free speech absolutist, I would absolutely consider going over to Rumble. And as always, we're also on X as well, so we'll start getting into things. I was kind of waiting to see if, I'm going to die of coughing. I don't know how much I'm going to go over the whole Fauci thing. I'm looking through my notes real quick, but there's a lot of Fauci stuff that it's the same old stuff. Republicans, they call somebody in there, they have a strongly worded letter. They have their good clips that they, go around Fox News and stuff. Oh, this person really burned Fauci. This person really gave it to him. It's like, who cares? So what? As I said, nobody's coming to save you. You want to make change. You want to really change stuff. Vote with your wallet. Stop giving money to companies that hate you, hate America. We're not going to get to the Star Wars stuff yet. We may save that for last. Fauci pulled all the fake stuff out of his hat. It's the same stuff. Probably, definitely could have maybe done something, but maybe, definitely, probably, he uses all those words. So he'd be like, I never said I would do that for sure. I said maybe. But he's doubling down. He's doubling down, saying, the mask mandates, lockdowns, all that were good, and he would do it again. Like, there's a lot. They had the Garland hearing today. All right. Well, I can't just skip over it as news. We'll look at a little bit of it. This is Matt Gaetz going out with Garland. Pretty much the only good clip of the matter, in my opinion. Oh, I love it. Don't get me wrong. They deserve it. Absolutely. I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's like, does it really matter, though? Like, it's good, but how many hearings have we had? How many hearings did Ted Cruz have going after Twitter and all these other big tech companies censoring conservatives, censoring people? And what came of that? Absolutely nothing. We'll give a shout out to Elon Musk for doing something. He absolutely put his money where his mouth was. Hunter Biden hearing too. Yeah, he'll walk. Nothing will happen. I have zero faith. All right, watch a little bit of this.
Attorney General, you've told us that it's a dangerous conspiracy theory to allege that the Department of Justice is communicating with these state and local prosecutions against Trump. You can clear it all up for us right now. Will the Department of Justice provide to the committee all documents, all correspondence between the department and Alvin Bragg's office and Fonnie Willis' office and Letitia James's office?
The offices you're referring to are independent offices of state.
I get that. The question is whether or not you will provide all of your documents and correspondence. That's the question. I don't need a history lesson.
Well, I'm going to say again, we do not control those offices. They make their own decisions.
The question is whether you communicate with them, not whether you control them. Do you communicate with them, and will you provide those communications?
If you make a request, we'll refer it to our Office of Legislative Affairs.
But see, here's the thing. You come in here and you lodge this attack that it's a conspiracy theory, that there is coordinated lawfare against Trump. And then when we say, fine, just give us the documents, give us the correspondence, and then if it's a conspiracy theory, that will be evident. But when you say, well, we'll take your request, and then we'll sort of work it through the DOJ's accommodation process, then you're actually advancing the very dangerous conspiracy theory that you're concerned about. Now, you were a judge, once nominated the highest court in our country. When you were a judge, I'm just curious, did you ever make political donations?
I feel like, just real quick on that he is still pissed that he was passed over for Supreme Court. He wants his revenge.
To partisan candidates?
No.
No. And you didn't, because that would create the potential appearance of impropriety.
I didn't, because there's a federal rule barring federal judges from making contributions.
Right, but under that same theory of attacks on the judicial process, like, shouldn't someone be owed like a jury of their peers and a judge that's non-biased, rather than getting a judge from your political opponent's donor file?
I'm well aware that you're not asking a hypothetical. You're asking me to comment on a jury verdict in another jurisdiction which has to be respected. I won't comment on it. That case is still ongoing.
Mr. Attorney General, I hadn't asked you about the verdict yet. We were getting there. I was talking about the...
So what he's saying is, yeah, there's a law against federal judges donating to anyone. They always get around it anyway. They're like, well, I didn't donate, my wife did, or my brother did. It's like, we know what's really going on. And the point is, the judge in New York that just, convicted Trump of all those charges, his wife and his daughter, it's probably him too, but they're trying to get away with it, are very, very highly active political activists is what they are. His wife's a huge Democrat donor, very large Democrat donor, probably with his money. His daughter's grifting, by definition, not how everybody overuses that phrase nowadays. Which it's starting to bother. It's just like everyone's a grifter. It's like, shut up. I got called a grifter the other day. I'm like, I don't make any money doing this. I made $0 since I started streaming a couple years ago. I've actually lost money. I mean, do you think this camera was cheap and the microphone? But it overused phrase, but that's a story for another time. It's by definition a biased judge. And that's the thing. They're saying, oh, well, Clarence Thomas and Alito, they should recuse themselves because Thomas's wife is politically active on the right, and Alito, his wife too. It's probably them as well. Who really knows for sure? But their wives are definitely they made their politics clear. I'm like, so they should step aside because they're right of center, but not these judges that are. Excuse me, something's going on in my throat today. But not these judges going after Trump. You had the Colorado judge who was trying to kick Trump off the ballot, who she specifically donated to Democrat candidates that were trying to kick Trump off the ballot. If that's not a conflict of interest, I don't know what is. I really don't.
Judge. And so let me ask you this question about your time as a judge. Was there ever a time when you were a judge when you had a family member who was personally profiting off of the notoriety of a case that was before your court?
I'm going to say again, it's very clear you're asking me to comment on a case in another jurisdiction.
No, wait, hold on, Mr. Attorney General. Did you ever have a family member profit
it's so annoying to watch,
off of the notoriety of any case that you sat over?
Say again, you're asking
yes or no?
You're asking me to comment on a case currently.
Well, it seems you're connecting the dots, Mr. Attorney General. I'm just asking you as to a general principle, but you are aware that Judge Merchan's daughter was profiting off of this prosecution.
We got
you
him.
are aware that creates the appearance of impropriety. You know the very reason there's a federal rule against judges giving donations is because it is the very attack on the judicial process that we're concerned about.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with anything you just said, but I'm not going to comment on it.
Okay, so you won't comment on it, Mr. Attorney General, but you had no problem dispatching Matthew Colangelo. Who's Matthew Colangelo?
That is false. I did not dispatch Matthew Colangelo.
Matthew
That's
Colangelo
false.
became the Assistant Attorney General at the very beginning of the Biden administration. Without having been Senate confirmed, goes and gets this senior role at the DOJ.
Sound like some old lady who works at a diner in the middle of nowhere.
And then after, I believe it's Gupta replaces Colangelo, Colangelo makes this remarkable downstream career journey from the U.S. Department of Justice in Washington, D.C., and then pops up in Alvin Bragg's office to go get Trump. And you're saying that's just a career choice that was made that has nothing to do with the lawfare coordinated by the
saying it's false. I did not dispatch Mr. Colangelo anywhere.
Well, do you know how he ended up there?
I assume he he applied for a job there and got the job.
But see, you know what?
I can tell you I had nothing to do with it.
Well, you might not have had anything to do with it, but we've got this contemporaneous evidence in Mr. Pomerantz's book. So Pomerantz writes this book, which I'm sure you're aware of, where he says, we put together the legal eagles to get Trump. We got all these folks together and we assembled them for that purpose. And so when we on the Judiciary Committee think about attacks on the judicial process, our concern is that the facts and the law aren't being followed. A target is acquired, here, Trump, and then you assemble the legal talent from DOJ, Mr. Pomerantz, and you bring everybody in to get him. And meanwhile, the judge is making money on it. The judge is making money on it. The judge's family is making money on it for stuff that you yourself wouldn't do. You know, no one's going to buy this. No one's going to believe it. It's going to create great disruption. And I am saddened by it because, like you, I have given my life to the law. I care deeply about the law. And I think that the lawfare we've seen against President Trump will do great damage well beyond our time in public service. I see my time's expired. I yield back.
Ranking members recognized for 5 minutes.
Got him. I mean, like I said, it was a good rant. I mean, he made a lot of good points, but it's like I just don't even know like what to say about these hearings and the strongly worded letters from Jim Jordan. It's like, is anything really going to change? Is anything going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. We are going to continue over on Rumble and X only. YouTube, appreciate you guys. We still do a lot of content over there on YouTube, but we try to give Rumble, these free speech platforms, a little bit more of our time, a little more of our respect. YouTube does not deserve our respect. They have suspended my account 7 times. Oh, the Mexican president. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. That is freaking wild. But they suspended my account 7 times. It's probably going to get worse. The FBI just said they're cracking down on misinformation, which is so subjective. So we'll see what happens. But we are going to be heading over to Rumble only. If you're watching on YouTube, it is linked at the top. Head over there. It's a great platform. Free speech absolutists over there. Support me, support other free speech absolutists on that platform. Like and subscribe if you guys want to see more of this. We do videos pretty frequently every week. And yeah, we are going to say so long to YouTube. Appreciate you guys. And for everybody else, I will see you on the other side.
Money can buy you almost anything. It can't buy you immortality. That you have to earn. I'm gonna look you in the eyes, and I'm gonna tell you the future. It's an American story, and that's why Americans are gonna love it. People are gonna build you up. God, are they going to? Because when you're great and new, we love you. Man, we'll build you into something that doesn't even exist. You're gonna change the fucking world. But you know what? Once they've built you as high as they possibly can, they're gonna tear you back down. It's the most predictable pattern. We build you into something that doesn't exist, and that means you have to try to be that thing. All day, every day. That's how it works. And we do it again, and again, and again. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. You're gonna be attacked, betrayed, exposed, and humiliated. And you'll survive that. A lot of people can climb that mountain. It's the way down that breaks them. Because that's the moment when you are truly alone. And what will you do then? Can you summon the will to fight on through all the pain and rise again? That will be the defining question of your life. And I think you already know the answer. And that's why we're all here. A shoe is just a shoe. until somebody steps into it. Then it has meaning. The rest of us just want a chance to touch that greatness. And we need you in these shoes, not so you have meaning in your life, but so that we have meaning in ours. Everyone will be forgotten as soon as our time here is up. Except for you. You're gonna be remembered forever. Because some things are eternal.
And your story is gonna make us fight and never give up.